What's up, people? Welcome back to Shed Show. I come to you in the wake of UFC 263 to share with you my thoughts about the fights and also to compare my predictions to the outcomes. And we'll see how well I did. It'll be fun. Ish. So we'll start at the beginning. The first fight, Carlos Felipe versus Jake Collier. Heavyweight fight. That was a really, really good fight. These guys are both exceptionally athletic and technical strikers. So Felipe was the better fighter, but big respect to Jake as well. And check this out, he actually finished the fight with this sick combination right here. Then we had Fares Siam versus Luigi Vendramini at lightweight. This, like the first fight, was my introduction to these fighters. And yeah, I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan of Luigi. The fight was like at a kind of a stalemate, and Fares was just comfortable staying on the outside and like outscoring Luigi, which was lame. The crowd actually started booing at like the end of round 2. And I mean, damn, this crowd sucked. That was a bad crowd, but I actually agreed with this instance of booing. But yeah, you see when Luigi's walking to his stool after round 2 and he kind of looks to the crowd like, look how he comes out in round 3. More fighters need to do this. Like, don't stay in the game that you're losing. Don't stay in the exchanges that you're losing. Like, if you're in a dance and you're not winning, you gotta change the music. Like, if your opponent has been comfortable in the fight, just like act like a crazy person. Break the rhythm. Be wild, be aggressive. If you've lost the first 2 rounds, you gotta flip this fight upside down. But the result was Siam winning by majority decision. Chase Hooper versus Steven Peterson. I don't know anything about anything, and I'm not gonna speculate as to what the reason is for this, but I mean, look at Chase before the fight starts. I mean, to me, that looks like something is definitely wrong. He almost looks like he's apologizing in advance for what he knows won't be a good performance. Very interesting. Am I crazy? Let me know in the comments. His performance wasn't like that bad, but it was noticeably less than optimal. In addition to Steven Peterson, having a pretty good performance himself. I no-named him in my preview episode, but apparently he's been fighting in the UFC for like a while. So I don't understand how I could forget Steven Peterson. Next up in the 155 lightweight division, Matt Frevola versus Terence McKee. Wow, I fucking called this one. I really did. So obviously I have powers. It's pretty undeniable. Subscribe. I had never seen Terence McKee fight before. This was his debut in the UFC. He fought for LFA. Actually, his last fight with LFA was 8 days before this fight. He apparently has like an insane life story, backstory. So I don't know anything about it right now. Just focusing on the losses, the wins, the fist meeting chins. I almost forgot. Terence McKee apparently injured his knee while celebrating immediately after his record-breaking knockout. Crazy how this is a thing, but I don't know. I think it could have been serious because the knee stuff just kind of. But I'll check Dr. What's-His-Name's channel, the dude who, you know, post about like athletes' injuries. If he did cover it, it would be up already because, man, he's really fast, huh? That's what this comment section is. Man, that guy's really fast with posting videos. This dude's faster than, I don't know, he's just fast. Man, this man's got, no one said, this man's setting world records for posting videos so fast. Dr. Fast poster at it again. Damn, bro, homie be throwing on that fucking shirt and posting this shit quickity dickety. But yeah, he does cover these sports injuries very prolifically, though. He's pretty amazing. Credit where it's due, spread it like the flu. Next up, we had Pannie Kianzad versus Alexis Davis, women's bantamweight. I predicted Alexis getting outclassed, and I was right about that part. However, I did predict her losing via TKO, and that was because of my own egregious underestimation of Alexis, because she is tough as nails. And by nails, I mean the things at the hardware store. And I don't mean to make it sound like all she did was take punishment either. She fucking inflicted plenty of punishment. And she was in that fight for all 3 rounds. It was a really good fight. Her footwork isn't bad, but to me, it looks like she's having to think about it. You know, it's like the dance steps haven't just become part of her body yet. It's still something that she has to go through in her mind, but it's effective, but it's like she's not fluid with it. And I think she needs to just train herself to break out of that trance of just looking for, you know, shots, plodding forward and giving her opponent a static target or a still target. And Pannie hit that target consistently. And her toughness was proven in this fight as well. Her nose got smashed up pretty badly, I think somewhere in round 2, and she stayed in it all 3 rounds and obviously won. You know, her strikes were less effective, I would say, than Davis's, but they were way more accurate. She was landing just a lot of them, and it was a really good fight. Both these women are super good fighters, and their ranking shows how deep these women's divisions are getting over time. It's fucking awesome. So to open up the prelims, we had Movsar Evloev versus Hakeem Dawodu. I hate when fighters get that fucking suction cup therapy right before a fight. They should make that illegal, because, like, okay, hear me out. Like, you could use that to cover up, like, a staph infection or ringworm or a rash, you know what I'm saying? Like, Dawodu, you know what I'm saying? He lost though, which sucks. This sucked to watch. It was a Khabib-esque mauling. Evloev, my bad. Okay. It was gnarly. He could definitely be a problem at featherweight. I think he's gonna have problems getting fights though, to be honest. Like, people are gonna be dodging this dude. No one wants to get suffocated like that. Like, it looks like hell, you know? Round 3 was pretty awesome though, because the whole round was on the feet, which Hakeem had some moments in round 3. Like, don't get me wrong. But I think those first 2 rounds had to have just been so exhausting, and he also just had to be thinking about that takedown, and just, yeah, that's how it goes. I look forward to the next fight for both of these dudes. The result was unanimous decision win for Evloev. At women's flyweight, we had Lauren Murphy facing Joanne Calderwood, and yeah, this one went how I predicted. Lauren Murphy is a workhorse. It's crazy though, I didn't know this, but according to the commentary, this fight is basically a title contender decider. I think Lauren pretty clearly won the first 2 rounds, but Joanne picked it up and stole round 3, which was really sick. Laura's post-fight speech was amazing. I think it must have been memorized and rehearsed. I mean, and then John Anik comes in with the assist. It was like some fucking jam poetry. It was a solid minute of just good wordages. Then we had Eric Anders versus Darren Stewart. Ya boy versus the dentist. I predicted Eric Anders to finish the fight, which didn't happen. And I had forgotten that these two had fought already. It ended with a DQ, I think, or a no contest. So yeah, this was a rematch. I wonder if this card has the most rematches in UFC pay-per-view history. Up next, we had Brad Riddell going up against Drew Dober at lightweight. This was a great fight. They went literally like strike for strike, scramble for scramble, takedown for takedown. Like, it was so evenly and excellently matched up. The matchmakers did really good on this undercard. But yeah, these dudes were like 2 dogs. Riddell is like a, all right, I don't know dog breeds, let me think. Riddell is like a mountain dog, like up in the high mountains or something, like a sheep herding dog or something. And you might assume that Dober is a Doberman, but nah. Dover is one of those like bulky pit bulls with like the big square heads. And just like this guy can take a freaking punch, but he also was landing some heavy punches as well. But it seemed like once Riddell got his reads, he was countering really good and mounting a variety of his own offenses, just keeping that square-headed pit bull guessing with his mountain dog intelligence. Riddell wins by decision. Moving on to the main card. I didn't get to watch either of these two fights, so I didn't see Paul Craig versus Jamal Hill. I didn't see Damian Maia versus Bilal Muhammad. I saw really bad, low-quality versions that is not even close to substituting for the real thing, so almost anything I say in regards to these fights is invalid, but I'm gonna say them anyway because it's freedom of speech, Second Amendment, baby. But that being said, Leon Edwards versus Nate Diaz. It took me a minute to figure out how I was feeling about this fight after I finished watching it. But then I realized that I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in Nate Diaz. He didn't even look in shape. And the fact that he picked Leon Edwards too, it just had me hoping for like an in-shape, motivated Diaz with like a game plan. I was just shocked. Yeah, he just wasn't in shape and he wasn't prepared for this fight. I mean, he chose the most dangerous fight possible. And while that's super badass, like, we want to see it play out like the right way. Like, you gotta come correct. Like, you chose Leon Edwards. I'm not saying that proper Nate beats Leon. I'm not saying that. And actually, I'm disappointed in Leon's performance as well. I mean, I just felt that he was overly cautious and evasive, which we've seen from him throughout his career, but I don't see why he wouldn't trade in the pocket. You know, he was just so content to keep distance where no one can land anything and just kind of wait for Nate to just reach in, and it was frustrating. I mean, it's not like he was fighting a one-punch knockout artist. And also, it's just a cowardly strategy. For me, though, both fighters lost some stock tonight. And in the post-fight press conference as well, Nate's talking about the after party, and it's like, it seems like maybe he was partying before the fight too, and it's like, sheesh, man. Another thing that sucked was Dana and a reporter having a little moment where they're like celebrating how much damage Nate can take. Like, that's dark, man. Davison Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno was the best ever for the flyweight title. Definitely the feel-good moment of the night. Perfect, like, good guy versus bad guy matchup, and like, credit to the bad guy for that as well, because like, he fits it perfect and he's legit, like, and scary, you know what I mean? And then Moreno is kind of just this fearless dude who's like not afraid to be nice and also like be a killer, and like, it was just perfect. That's three perfects. Moreno wins the flyweight championship belt via beautiful submission. It was amazing. The main event, Israel Adesanya defended his title against Marvin Vettori. The middleweight title stays with the champion. The versions that I could find to watch were just so bad and so incomplete that I just really don't have anything to say about it. So, yeah. All right, let's check these results. I don't think these first two should count because I openly admitted I never heard of these fighters, so we're not gonna count these. But I got them both wrong. 10-11, so out of 12 fights.
Out of 12 fights, my score is a 3.5. Wait, okay. No. Out of
I see now. There's a big mistake here. I shouldn't be losing points. In basketball, if you take a shot and it misses, they don't take away a point. So let me rescore this. We're just gonna count all of my points, obviously, and the ones I got wrong are 0. Okay.
So,
10.5, bro. 10.5 out of 12. So I got a 10.5 out of 12. What did I say, man? Those were the only predictions you needed, apparently, you know, or whatever, but I got them. Hey, let's go out on top. That's all I got. For now.
Peace. Is the mic good? Are we good to go?
Larry, are we good to go? Larry? Are we good to go? Oh, we're going? We've been going? All right. Okay. Sorry.